with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there. New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there. The year 2019 is going to be an exciting time in the city of New Orleans, and we want you to be a part of it. If you have a book, an event, or a business that you would like to promote right here on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions, contact us at www.mtwimagesolutions.com or info@mtwimagesolutions.com. See you there.
Oh yeah, we live, dude. We in here. New Orleans, baby. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I am back with a new episode of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. Tonight is a very special night because we are kicking off the 3rd annual Black History Month Literary Weekend, and I am so excited because we have our first 2 authors here tonight. We're about to learn a little bit about them, why you should be interested in coming to the Black History Month Literary Weekend, why you should support these authors, because these authors are awesome. So as you can see right now on your screen, we have Miss Pastor. I'm not going to say Miss, we have Pastor Domonique S. Washington. And then a little later on in the show, we're going to meet fashion designer, New Orleans fashion designer, who's also an author. His name is Mr. Alfred Tumblin. But first, we're going to meet Pastor Washington. So, Pastor, how you doing tonight?
I am great. Hello, everyone.
Hey, it's so good to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you again for being a part of the Black History Month Literary Weekend.
Yes, that is such an exciting event. This will be my first time in attendance. I heard about it. I've always wanted to attend and be a part, and it just so happened that my first time, I get to actually be in the midst of everything. So I'm super excited about that.
Thank you so much. This is, as you heard, it's our 3rd year doing this, and it has just grown more and more. I mean, when I look back on our first event and realize how much smaller it's gotten, I mean, it was compared to now. We have, this year, it's the first year we're doing 10 authors.
Wow.
This is the first year we're doing a whole night of fashion, so we're looking forward to that. But we'll talk more about that. But I really want to know is, who is Pastor Domonique S. Washington?
Well, I am a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I am the daughter of Dr. Ricky and Dr. Lisa Washington, who are also the founders of How You Going Outreach Church there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I am a preacher's kid to his finest, but I defy all of the stereotypes. So that made everything a little bit interesting because I knew what I was called to do, what I wanted to do, what I was
Yes.
destined to do at 10 years old. And so because I knew what I wanted, it was easy to take it and run with it and go forth with it. I have authored 5 books, working on number 6 that released this year. So I'm excited about that.
Wonderful.
The book that we'll have for this literary weekend is actually the latest book, Ever After Happily. So I'm just excited to be a part in the mix of everything.
Wonderful. Now, before we jump into the book, because I do have questions about the book, you mentioned that you defied all of the stereotypes.
Yes.
How was it that you were able to defy the stereotypes when there are a lot of pastors' children who have not been able to, or sometimes maybe they fight against, or maybe they embrace the stereotypes because they're trying to fight against trying to be called that goody two-shoes.
Right.
How were you able to be, I don't want to say the exception to the rule, but how were you able to overcome that and transcend that?
Well, one thing that I found that has been the difference is that my parents didn't teach me how to do church.
Yes.
They taught me how to have a relationship with God. They also taught me accountability, and they didn't make me do anything. Actually, if it was up to my dad, it would probably be my brother, because it's hard to be a woman doing anything. And so he kind of didn't like really push me out there to do it. It was something that I just knew how to do. And one day the youth worker didn't show up. And so I just ran the class. I taught a sermon. I did a Bible scripture. I taught the dance team. I had no clue until after service. And so I just always wanted to be an example. I wanted to be that model for people that said, when they said you can't, I wanted to be that one person that makes can possible. And so I never wanted to live up to anybody's expectation. I just wanted to be the best person for everybody else around me that was looking up to me.
Amen.
And I think that's what makes the difference. I wasn't trying to please anyone except God and be a model for everyone around me.
And now you're fairly young, so do you consider yourself kind of an example for young people?
Do I consider myself what? Say it again.
Do you kind of consider yourself an example for young people who may think that they have to wait until they're much older to have a relationship with God?
Yes, an example. Honestly, I got carded for a rated R movie the other week, but I promise you I am 33 years old. I promise I am 33 years old. And so it's crazy because of my appearance, I can fit both audiences. I know how to talk in a group full of older people, but I'm fly enough for the young people.
All right.
So it just works out in this space, you know?
Well, and you know what? That brings us right into the book, because I really, first of all, I love the name. Because when you look at the name, I wasn't sure if it was going to be kind of that self-help type book or if it was going to be kind of a romantic comedy fiction type book. So the name is actually very attractive. It's going to attract people because just the name is catchy. But then when I looked into it, I liked what you were talking about when it comes to love. And because everybody thinks about love when it comes to relationships with other people. But first, before you can have that relationship with other people, you need to have that relationship with yourself and the relationship with God.
Yes, that is so important. One of the scriptures that I actually love, it says, love your neighbor as yourself. And people that are not so nice to other people, there is a 50% chance that they don't like themselves much, because you treat other people the way you actually treat and view yourself. So if you don't love you, you're going to have a hard time trying to even show someone else how to love you.
Yes.
So falling in love, it starts within. Love is an inside job first. And so if you can love you, and if you allow God and your perspective to show you how much you love and like you, then it'll make it easier for you to teach other people how to love you. But we have it twisted. We think that we should just be the damsel in distress and some guy is going to come along and make us love ourselves. But in our actuality, we teach other people how to love us based on how we love and treat ourselves.
Absolutely. Now, I will say that sometimes we hear a lot of people say that, and it's always that person who either is not in a relationship or somebody who's been in a relationship for a long time, and they're like, okay, that person's out of touch because they've been in a relationship for so long, and now they think they can tell everybody else what to do. So tell me, what inspired you to write this book, and including the subject matter that you're talking about?
The book was inspired. I actually had to fit both categories. I was the person that was in a relationship for a long time, trying to encourage other people to fall in love. And then lately, a plot twist in my story, I was the person who figured out how to love myself because I was no longer in that relationship that I thought was going down the aisle. And so I found myself in a hurting place where you think that your story doesn't have the substance and nobody's going to believe you because you don't have the ring. When in all actuality, I am my fairy tale. It begins and it ends with me. It starts with the princess. It ends with the princess who turns into the queen, and everything is about her and her journey. And so we make finding love this quest when finding love starts here, and it's the beginning of an entirely different journey. So I just wanted to search my heart and say, okay, I don't have love. I didn't get the ring. I was in an embarrassing situation. Everybody knew about it. What do I do now? What do I do now is I flip everything around and I learn, what do I like? What do I want? What don't I like? What do I want to be? Who I want to be? So I learned how to work my way. While I'm waiting for the guy, I am falling in love with this woman that I've become. And it's been an incredible journey. It's not an easy journey for everyone. I had to learn how to date by myself. I had to movies by myself, get dressed up, take a photo shoot, just love me. Going out to eat by myself was actually pretty interesting because they asked me at least 3 times, is there anybody else coming? Listen, lady.
Were people trying to take your chair from the table? Okay, is somebody sitting here?
Yes, and she had to ask anybody else coming 3 times. Like I told you, it was a table for one when I came in here.
Oh man, I actually like to go out to eat by myself sometimes because I can order what I want. I can I can sit as long as I want. I remember when I was for those of you who don't know, I spent 23 years in the military. And when I was in Iraq, I used to purposely look for a table in a dining facility by myself so I could read a book while I was eating. And people would come sit with me thinking that I was lonely. They would start feeling sorry for me. Are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I purposely sat here so I can read a book.
Yes, I purposely sat here. But it's so crazy that people think that something has to be wrong with you if you purposefully do anything by yourself.
Right.
And there is nothing wrong with being solo.
Yes.
Because your marriage is only going to be as good as that. Well,
we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to continue on within that vein because I'm really liking this part of the conversation. But we'll be right back. So I want you to go ahead and stay right there, and I want you to stay right there. We will be right back. We're talking with Pastor Domonique S. Washington, author of Ever After Happily. I'm your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. This is Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. So while we're gone, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll be right back. New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned into New Orleans Talk Network.
Well, what's up, everybody? This boy, Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones. This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with G Sports. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, AKG, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08. Pay me the money! money.
And we're back. This is your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. I'm having a really lively conversation with Pastor Domonique S. Washington, author of Ever After Happily. And she was just talking about ways that we can learn to just enjoy ourselves. And I think sometimes, and I've been there myself, sometimes we don't want to not be in a relationship because we're afraid of being by ourselves. We're afraid of, I don't know if we're afraid of what our company may feel like when it's just us. Or if we feel like we have to have that status symbol of having that relationship. So we go from partner to partner looking for that special somebody. I actually wrote a book about that myself called A Dead Rose. And it was about a young lady who went from relationship to relationship looking for that special somebody, but she wound up creating a really bad image of herself, and people didn't take her seriously. So do you ever, in your ministry, do you ever run into young women who may be experiencing that?
Yes, all of the time. Because of everything being a trend and hashtag relationship goals.
Yes.
We want to be the next viral image. We want to be the next thing that everybody looks at. And so we try to, it's very hard trying to keep up with those trends because trends change by the day, because people change by the day. What's popular today may change tomorrow. So I find a lot of people exhausted by the time they do find love or the person who's going to love them, because they've been filling this gap with so many other things and people. By the time you find love in real life, you're done. You're tired. You're over it. You're closed off. And I do find that a lot in ministry.
So what are some tips? You talked about learning to go to the movies by yourself or going out to eat by yourself. But what are some things that you can do if you're right at home? Because I think that's usually when the loneliness usually hits a person. It's great when you're social and you're out and about, but then when you're home and it's just you, what do you do then? Because that's when the temptation comes in to call that person that you swore you're going to stay away from and so forth. So what do you do then?
Most of the time, that temptation, it comes quickly when you're by yourself because it's not used to you being by yourself. So when you have to face you is when you realize you are scared of yourself and you don't want to admit to someone else that I am afraid of me, because you know the things that you have been suppressing, you know the things that you hope nobody else sees. So when you can no longer dress it up and party it up and socialize it up, then you're stuck with this person that you have to live with regardless. So if you ever find yourself in the moment where you cannot sit alone at home, chances are you need to sit alone at home. That's the first sign that there is a problem there. If you cannot, if you find people that say, I just can't be by myself, I start getting, that's not a personality thing. That is a personal thing.
Yes.
That's not a personality disorder that you have to be social. That is a personal thing that you need to deal with. And I had to look at myself in the mirror, completely figuratively naked, and look back at me and look at every flaw, everything that I liked, everything that I disliked. And I cried for about an hour because that was the first time that I saw me. And without anybody else needing me, that I was able to look at me. And that was the first step in me accepting exactly who I was for what I was.
Wow. So how is this book, well, before I get into how the book has been received, how did you write this book? Was this book written kind of like that big sister type thing, or you written it like that person who's been there? How did you decide to approach writing this book?
I decided to approach it by actually taking stories of my life and different things that I've been in, and I draw you into my actual experience, and I draw you into my story, and then I connect you to different lessons that I learned. And so when you experience me in a situationship that I didn't even realize I was in. It's a long story. You got to read the book. But you experience that with me, and then you try to connect with, oh man, that's how I got there, and how do you get out from those things? So I try to draw you, but then also try to teach you. I taught kindergarten for 7 years, and so I've always been in education, so I'm all about teaching lessons. So I use the teaching lessons, I use the vulnerable moments so that you don't feel like, hey, we all had our dumb days. So that you don't feel, crazy about it. And I bring you into my story, but then I make you look at yours, and then you learn something in the process.
Absolutely. And I think that really helps when the reader doesn't feel like you're sitting in the ivory tower because you have it all together. Now you're just telling everybody else what to do. And then you also don't want to come across as judgmental, because everybody's stuff is their stuff, and they don't want to feel judged about their stuff.
Exactly. So it's a judge-free zone. So if you read it, don't judge me, because you get to see all about me. But just in case you do, I try to show you how, because people look at me, and because I don't have these elaborate testimony service, you probably wouldn't even want to hear my testimony service. The most drama I had happened at 25 years old. And so you look at me and you think I'm perfect, but then you get to see like, oh God, she dealt with heartbreak too, and she dealt with loneliness. And so it makes it easier for them to connect and not see me. I'm not God. I don't walk this earth perfect. So let me show you that even though it wasn't as big as yours, I still had to deal with the root cause of where you are.
It's amazing that you said that I'm not God. And I think many times people feel like because we are Christians, we're supposed to be perfect. And as soon as we do something that they don't feel is perfect, all of a sudden it's, I thought you were a Christian. And then you start to question yourself, like, oh, well, maybe I didn't do that right. Or maybe I am, maybe I do need some work. Or maybe I should stop telling people I'm a Christian.
Right. That's why you can't live by the judgment of people, man. Like, you got to think about it. Christ's story. He was Hosanna to the highest and then crucified him in the next day. So
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's life.
You're absolutely right. So tell me, how have people accepted the book? How's it been received so far?
The book is still, it took me by surprise, because I was known for being a person that speaks to children and youth. Mm-hmm. So everything that I've done up until this moment was children and teens and young adults related. So this was my first dive into the adult world, which adults are a whole lot different from kids. Kids, if they don't like you, they tell you. Adults, not so. And so for me, I was afraid how it was going to be received. But then it just blew up out of nowhere. Like, God was like, hey, you write it. I didn't really want to write it, but we wrote it anyway. We released it. And then it's been, I think the other day I got something that somebody in like Australia brought the book. And I was like, what, Australia? How did you find it? Like, what made you find it? And so being on Amazon probably helped. So it's just been amazing. And I'm taken aback by it, because I did not plan it, but it's doing what it was supposed to do.
Hey, that's what counts. I mean, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and it's always wonderful when you're living in your purpose.
Yes.
So how long is the book? Is this something that we can read in a day, a couple of days? How do you want people to read it?
All of my books are designed to be these quick, powerful reads. And it's also set up for you to go back and read it. So if you sit and take the time, I've had readers that read it in a day. I've had readers that took the time and paused, but it's designed to be a quick, powerful read so that you can quickly pass it to someone else, but also that you can go back and pick out certain things. So it is a quick read.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Get in there, get out of there, learn it.
Yes. Okay, so we can't wait to see you at the Black History Month Literary Weekend. For those of you who may be hearing about this event for the first time, we are going to have basically an action-packed weekend. It's going to start February 22nd. We are going to visit a local high school and talk to the students there. And then we're going to have a free, that's right, I said free. I don't do a lot of free events, but this one's always going to be free. The free writers workshop is going to take place at the Algiers Regional Library. and that's going to start at 11 o'clock in the morning on the 22nd. And that's open to everybody who aspires to be a writer. And then on February 23rd will be our big events. We have our signature event, the Literary Jazz Brunch. We're going to have live jazz. We're going to have two powerful guest speakers, Dr. Raynell Houston, who's the superintendent of Catholic schools, as well as Dr. Lisa Aubrey, who's the author of In Search of Bimbia. And for those of you who may not be familiar with Bimbia, Bimbia was actually one of the largest slave trade sites in the world. And it was recently discovered by Lisa Aubrey over in Cameroon, Africa. So she actually chronicled her experience with her book, In Search of Bimbia. So she's going to be another of our guest speakers. It's going to be hosted by Mr. Oliver O.T. Thomas, who is the host of the Good Morning Show on WBOK. We'll also be awarding our essay contest winners, and we're going to be presenting 10 powerful authors, including the beautiful young lady standing before me right now, Pastor Domonique S. Washington. So this is going to be awesome. It's going to be a very awesome event. And then we cannot forget about the Night of Fashion, and we're going to get into the Night of Fashion in the next segment when we meet our author / fashion designer, Mr. Alfred Tumblin. So there's a lot going on. So that's why I'm just so happy that you're going to be a part of this.
Yes, I am excited to be a part as well.
Thank you so much. Now, how much is your book?
If you go on Amazon, it is $15. Everything can be found on Amazon. You can go to my website, pastordominique.com there. But there is also a Kindle download that is $5. And if you only have 99 cents, that you can get the previous book, Lessons from a Good Girl. It's 99 cents. So, hey.
Okay. I like 99-cent books. Yes. Yes to the 99-cent books. Okay, so go ahead and get the 99-cent book, and then come to the Black History Month Literary Weekend and get the book. Ever After Happily.
Yes.
So tickets are on sale now. You can also visit Domonique Washington at her website. Can you let us know your website?
PastorDominique.com, 2 O's and not 2 I's. PastorDominique.com, you can find everything you need to know about me there. YouTube, merchandise, books, is all there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so very much for being with us tonight. I know you still have a few miles that you have to travel so you can get back home. So thank you so much for taking a break to join us tonight. We look forward to seeing you on February 22nd. And you know, if you need me, all you have to do is just contact me.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate everything that you've done thus far, and I am looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
All right now. Thank you. All right, so we will be right back. And when we get back, we are going to meet author Alfred Tumblin, and then we're going to meet fashion designer Alfred Tumblin. So we will be right back. So I want you guys to stay there. Tell your friends. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and this is Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. We'll be right back. New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there. New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3 for 1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Quote 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBS. That's that bullshit. It's the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there. None other than author Alfred Tumblin. And we're going to talk about fashion designer Alfred Tumblin just a little bit later. But right now we're going to talk about author Alfred Tumblin. And we also have with us in the studio Empress Basiji, who is going to be assisting us with the fashions, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
How you two know each other?
Well, this is my wonderful and loving mother.
Aww.
And business partner.
Yes.
We both own our own brand called Raiments of Power. And we've been doing it for longer than 10 years. But our brand, our trademark, Raiments of Power, has been running for 10 years, and we've been in business together for 10 years.
Awesome, awesome. That is beautiful. I love it when families can work together, but a mother and son, that's just even more awesome.
Yes. Actually, I actually inherited the gift from my mother. Mm-hmm. She's a fashion designer. Her sister's a fashion designer. She's taught so many people in the city how to design clothes. Her name is Sadie O. White. And her daughter, Anastasia, is a fashion designer, and she lives in Brooklyn. And on my father's side of the family, his mother was a fashion designer as well, and her mother. So I get it from both sides. I got a double dose of it.
So you can't help but be a designer.
That's all I can. That's what I do.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. But now tell me though, how did you get into writing?
I started sketching clothes when I was 4 years old, and they couldn't get me to stop. You know, I'd bring a sketch of a dress, and they'd be like, "Well, can't you draw a horse?" I'd be like, "No, I'm going to keep drawing the dresses." You know, couldn't help it. So then I wrote my first book at 12.
Okay.
And it was 1,000 words. 1,000 pages. I'm sorry.
1,000 pages?
This is live. We can't edit it.
At 12?
Yeah.
1,000 pages at what's y'all excuse? This man wrote 1,000 pages at 12 years old.
Well, I was an only child, and basically, I didn't really, I belonged to a strict Catholic family, so I didn't have many friends when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So in this book, I created this world, and the characters became my friends. And I guess that's why it became 1,000 pages, because I was just going in there and getting it in with my characters, creating this wonderful world. My mom picked it up one day and she's like, "How you know how to write about relationships? All the intricacies."
Because you were doing a lot of TV watching too, maybe. How you know about all this? Or were you ear hustling when the adults were in the room?
I think that has a lot to do with it. I have a photographic memory.
Okay.
Everything I hear is just like, it's like bam, it's there. Everything I see,
that is true.
I remember it.
Yes, that's true.
So when it comes to, things like that, I was developing these characters that were really, interesting. And I think also when the author writes, he channels a lot.
Yes.
That's why I like to use my hands. I don't like to use the typewriter. I believe that using one's hands to actually write, your energy is like going through the pencil, and you can channel from your soul and speak from your soul.
Absolutely. So now your book right here is called Recession of the Magi, and it's a pretty thick book.
Yeah.
How many pages?
I think it's about 412 pages.
Wow, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. But tell me about the book.
That book is it's about the descendants of the biblical three kings in New Orleans, and they have to contend with the witches in the Garden District, which are Druid witches. Mm-hmm. They basically worship the trees. They have for centuries. And there's a lot of different mystical characters in there, good and bad. And if you want me to read the synopsis on the back, it would give the audience a really good idea of what it is. All right, so the main character is Samir de Bastide. And Samir de Bastide is the last magical priest of the modern era, placed in the true center of mysticism, being the fair city of New Orleans and all that lies beneath its charming exterior. He is joined by other descendants of divine bloodlines reaching back to the cradle of civilization to defeat a foe that was the first to reckon it. This ancient enemy has made arrangements from the beginning of time to fulfill a heinous agenda. Samir and his allies are compelled to foil her, forced to exercise unprecedented forms of mystic battle, bearing unlimited risk to the origin of their sentient purposes and sacred traditions. The futures of their bloodlines are threatened by the cause and effect of choices they were destined to make with minimal time and generations of wisdom. Their roads to discovery and battle lead not only from continent to continent and planet to planet, but also include interdimensional travel. Follow the Magi and his lot on this epic journey and discover secrets that shake the foundation of mankind and might very well lead to its fall.
Wow. So what would you consider this book? I know it says Gothic, but it almost sounds supernatural in some ways.
It is supernatural, and it is Gothic. It's also steampunk. It falls in the realm of steampunk because some of the characters do wear clothes from the Victorian era in the present day, which is what steampunk is comprised of. So it's also, and there's steampunk books out there. So now this book would also fall under the genre of steampunk. So you have a Gothic supernatural thriller.
Wow. And now one thing that I do like is that a lot of people say that African American writers, we write the same stuff. We're writing about relationships all the time, or it's all street fiction, and that we can't get out. This is totally out of the box, which I think is going to be very attractive to a lot of readers because it's a thriller, it's Gothic, and it's supernatural. And steampunk, which is a new one to me. I've not actually read a lot of that. So, to put all of that together, I think it's totally out of the box. Is that what you were shooting for, just to write something a little different? Or was this always kind of what you enjoyed?
To tell you the truth, one day I just picked up a piece of paper, And I just started writing one page. And I had always had an image of this character, this man in a black dress from the Victorian era with a shaved head and a goatee. I always wondered why that image was in my head. But he wound up being the main character in my book.
But that's you.
You think? Why are you telling everybody? Not that I wear dresses. Let's get it.
Yeah. I was talking about the shaved head and the goatee.
I don't know how fetching I would look in a Victorian gown, and we're not going to find out. But you can use your imaginations when you buy my book.
There you go. There you go. So you're going to have this book at the Black History Month Literary Weekend.
I sure am, and I'm happy to be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, this is something totally out of the box, something that a lot of people aren't used to seeing. So I'm looking forward to that. What are your warnings? Because you gave me a warning about the book.
There's a warning. Well, first I want to say that I'm happy to be doing it during Black History Month because a lot of people don't realize how many black people are involved in the Gothic scene.
Yes.
And you know how much there's a lack of presence of African American characters in these genres. And you know.
So when we go visit the schools, Alfred's coming, but he's just going to be talking about writing. We're not going to show the children this book.
No.
But I do want him to really explore with the kids what it's like to channel your imagination and to give birth to a work like this that doesn't have to be like what everybody else is doing. You can be totally out of the box with your thinking and with your creativity.
Yeah, I mean, there's an element to writing. You know, there's a reason for it, a purpose. And, you know, I'm a teacher by nature, you know. So I would love to do that. I look forward to it so much. And that's what we're going to do.
I can't wait. But we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we are going to look at a couple of the fashions that Alfred brought with him. Because as I mentioned earlier, he's not only an author at the Black History Month Literary Weekend, he's also one of our featured fashion designers who will be at the Night of Fashion, which will take place February 23rd at 7:30 p.m. So we're going to take a quick break. Stay right there with us. We have about 15 minutes left in the show, but I don't want you to miss these fashions because they're absolutely beautiful. I was trying to get myself into one of them. Okay, so don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, talking with designer Alfred Tumblin and Empress Basiji, and they are going to be a part of the Black History Month Literary Weekend. This is Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. We'll be right back. New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, oldie but goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Quote 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Liveline, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there. Okay, and we're back. It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And as promised, we're going to show you a couple of the fashions that Alfred and Empress Basiji brought with us. But before we get to that, you had mentioned, and I don't know if you had the book handy, you had mentioned who did the cover design for the book. So if you saw the book a little earlier, you can see that this is not just a picture. This is not a photo. This is actually artwork. And somebody very close to the both of you did this artwork.
Yes, this cover design is done by Alan B. Smith, which happens to be my husband. And he's a very talented artist, as you can see.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll have next time some of his art on display.
Okay, we're going to
for
have
viewers to see.
We're going to have some of his art at the
event.
Yes,
he's going to bring some
absolutely.
Of his paintings.
So we're looking forward to that. Now, before we get into the fashions that we have here, we do have some video of some of the fashions that have been created by Raiments of Power, and you can see them on the screen right now. Beautiful, very intricate work. So, if you want to just kind of talk through what we're looking at, I don't know. Can you see it very well?
I can.
Okay.
It's actually footage from New York Fashion Week as well as New Orleans Fashion Week. The ones with the blue writing in the back of my name, that is New York Fashion Week. And the ones with the blue background, that's New Orleans Fashion Week.
Okay. So you've done quite a few different shows. I know you said you've been designing with your mom for 10 years, but how long has it been since you just decided to put your clothes out there in this realm?
I actually I did my first fashion show at the Eiffel on St. Charles.
It's a beautiful place.
It is beautiful. It was really an honor to show there. And it was back in the 90s, I would say in the mid-90s. And that was another incarnation.
Okay.
When I was first starting out. And Warlock's extensions did the hairs, and they're the ones who actually used to do Terrence Trent D'Arby's braids.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't get his braids done by anyone else. They did the best extensions. It was an honor to have them do the hair for that show. But yeah, what you're seeing now with the accessories, like that leather neck corset, which is like fetish couture. Then that's the Marie Antoine, and that's like repurposed fashion. It's Mardi Gras beads, all strung together to make a choker. And just all the different things that we come up with. We not only create looks, but we create characters.
Yes.
That's why we work with a lot of people in film and things like that.
So how do you come up with the different designs? How do you decide to create something that doesn't look like something that everybody else has done?
How do we make it look unique?
Well, how do you come up with the ideas? These original ideas. Because I can look at something. Sometimes I'm watching the design shows and I'm like, they should have done this or that. And then I think about it, it's like, that's something I saw at Macy's or something. Right, but how do you create something that just totally looks different from what somebody else may have created?
Well, our clothing is also not only toward Fashion Week, but it's also toward art galleries, and it's held year-long tenures at contemporary art centers like the Sanctuary Sanctuary Center for Cultural Arts.
Yes.
In the Bywater area. So the clothing is considered art. So basically what I do is I sit down and I do a fashion sketch. Like I was trained at FITM. I'm a graduate of the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles. And, I already knew how to sketch, but they helped me to perfect it.
Yes.
And I always draw before I sketch. Sometimes I do the sculpting method, which is where, you just come up with it, you build it, just from your imagination. But for the most part, I do the sketch. And that's where the artistic and the unique part comes in it. You come up with a theme. And that theme could be Audubon Park. And then next thing you know, you have you do your interpretation of the moss that's hanging from the trees, and the wind that's blowing the waves, the pelicans, be they muddy or be they clean. You use all of that. You just take different aspects of that park and you just turn it into a collection. And that's what it's all about. That's how you become creative and how you interpret it.
And I think that's advice that we can use for almost any type of art. Because I enjoy writing. Writing is what I do. Yeah. But I think the same way. Sometimes we have to just tap into our creativity, tap into our imagination, and let that come out, and not let everything that we've read kind of taint what we're doing. So we take away our originality.
Yeah.
So I want to see some of these designs that you brought in. So which one are we going to see first?
Well, we have this is from our denim collection.
You might want to stand up with that one.
It's very detailed.
Yeah.
And it's fully lined. And here's the back and
we made the belts.
Yeah, the belts.
Oh wow, you made the belts
handmade.
too? Okay.
Yeah, with the bell Victorian type sleeves.
And the legs would actually be out right here, right?
Oh, and it has a very deep front leg slits, 2 slits at the front.
So who is the girl who wears this outfit?
That outfit is actually it has a lot of steampunk elements. As you can see, like the buckles, those are like Victorian.
Yes.
Also, the use of a lot of buttons is a very Victorian detail, and the collar is very whimsical. That's why I love working with denim, because you can sculpt it and you can make different shapes and tell a story with it, basically. Yes.
And I don't know if they were able to catch this on screen, but I love the way the lapels kind of.
Tusk.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's us.
Yeah. I like to hide things like that.
Yes. So now we have something else here.
Yes, this is an example. This is a gown that we designed, and this gown was shown in New Orleans Fashion Week, and that coat was actually shown in galleries as well and did a tour.
And also, it went down the runway in New York. Fashion Week in New York.
This was actually in the video that we just showed.
This was in the video, yes. And this dress proves that when if you're looking at somebody from the front and they walk into, the room, it looks almost conservative, but it's like, we take it and you also want to be seen leaving the room. and you want people to see you. So it's like, you know, if you're doing the Zulu, if you're living
Yes.
in the Zulu ball, you know, when you enter, they're like, oh, look, she got on the plain gown. Then you turn around and you sit everybody
You're like,
else down.
boom!
It's like, bam. You thought I was
Yes,
playing. You know, 'cause
yes.
you got like ruffles, you know, you got the suede tiger print, you got leather here, and it's very stretchy, like a built-in corset.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is an Edwardian corset. So this is like, you know.
It's going to hold it in.
Yeah, it's going to hold it in.
Yes.
And it's sexy without being too suggestive. It shows that you don't have to show too much skin to be fierce. I mean, you know, because the ferocity shows, but it doesn't, you know, it's not necessarily
Well,
lewd.
I'm glad you said that because I think a lot of times women can think that, okay, well, I'm not sexy unless I'm short. My shorts are way up here, or my V is way down here.
Right.
You know,
right.
that's the way I have to be sexy. And you're saying you don't have to do that. You don't have to let it all hang out in order to be sexy.
No, you can do it with your fabric choices, your color choices, the silhouette. You know, you can take it back to the days when, you know, queens were just, you know, letting you have it without even showing cleavage. It was just a cut. It's all about the cut.
Yes, yes. Now, we got a comment from the producer. He wanted to know if men could actually wear this denim.
Oh, well, maybe not this design, but sure. men
Actually,
can wear
nowadays,
this.
yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Nowadays, men are just, you know, I think fashion
Something
is
similar to, we'd have to put a more masculine undertone to
And
it.
they might not want the tuss or the sleeves, but you know,
Yeah.
you never know.
They
because
might. I don't
you never
guys
know
are
these
wearing
days.
dresses now.
Yeah.
Well, that's
They
true, too.
And they're in fashion week. Guys are doing fashion week. They're walking down the runway in evening gowns, and you know, I love it. I think it's great.
Okay, speaking of walking down the runway and men, so this whole male onesies thing has been coming up. Are you making male onesies?
If it makes money, I'll do it.
I love it. Yes. I love it. So if you want to see these fashions going to be in the show? You have some all new stuff going to be in the show, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. So if you want to see designs that are as fabulous as this, or even better, then you want to come to the Black History Month Literary Weekend Night of Fashion, which will take place February 23rd, 7:30 p.m. It will be hosted by none other than Wild Wayne from Q93. We are going to have live music from Theo DeRoe, New Orleans R&B artist, as well as New Orleans artist Iris P., who's also going to be doing the hairstyling for the show. We have Clay by Renee, who's going to be doing the makeup, and we have 7 fashion designers who are going to be hitting the runway. This show is going to be like nothing you've seen. It's going to be beautiful, and I'm just so happy that you're both going to be a part of it.
We're looking forward to it.
Thank you for having us.
Oh no, thank
In
you,
Hollywood,
thank
we
you.
have some beautiful, beautiful fashions in store.
That's what I like to hear. And I'm probably going to be wearing one. I'm just letting you know. I'm probably going to be wearing one.
I actually insist. I insist.
Oh, he
Yes,
insists.
we both.
Yes, that's what I love. But so make sure you get your tickets early, because tickets are $20 actually in advance and $30 at the door. So you do not want to miss this. This is going to be a treat. It's going to be wonderful. So much going on, and our authors, all the 10 authors, including Mr. Alfred Tumblin, will be there signing their books. This is a literary weekend. We're going to be pushing our authors. We're going to be pushing our fashion designers, and we are going to be pushing art. So this is going to be just a celebration of our history, of our culture, of literacy altogether, because this is what it's all about. I know Black History Month is February, and February in New Orleans we think about Mardi Gras and partying and stuff. But let's take some time to celebrate our history and our culture. What you think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Definitely.
So don't forget February 22nd and 23rd. It will take place at Tremaine Market Branch. And don't forget about the essay contest. If you are an 8th or 9th grader, or if you know an 8th or 9th grader, make sure that they apply for the Meet the World Image Solutions essay contest. It's only 500 words. You get to win $100. You get to get scholarship materials. You get to read your essay at the event. And you will have your essay published in Swagger Magazine. Thanks to Swagger Magazine and Higher Minds of Education for being sponsors of these awesome prizes. And we want you all to be a part of it. So unfortunately, it's time to go. It's 8 o'clock already.
Already? We were
Yes,
just
I told you.
starting to have fun.
I know. But I just want to thank you both for joining us. Thank you to Domonique Washington for being a part of the show. I cannot wait to see you all on February 22nd and 23rd. This is going to be a beautiful event. I'm glad you're a part of it, and I want you all to be a part of it. So get out there, go on Eventbrite, get your tickets for the brunch, get your tickets for the fashion show. We also have combo tickets and VIP tables. So just check it out, see what we have to offer. We cannot wait to see you on the 22nd next month. So that's all we have for tonight. Thanks once again to our fabulous guests. Thank you for joining us and supporting.
Thank you very much for having us.
So much.
All right, thanks so much. We're going to have
See you all at the show.
Yes.
See you.
All right, we're going to have a great time. So you guys, stay right. You guys, I'll see you next week. We're going to have 2 more awesome guests. So just can't believe it's over already. All right. Don't forget to continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This show will stay up on Facebook and YouTube, and we will be downloading it to Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play this week. So we'll see you next week. God bless you. You can look at you. Look at smile.
Bye now.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there. New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M